fall. Yeah, I think it's the first day of fall, right? I think I got that right. Oh my goodness, what a day it has been though. But we'll get to that in a moment. While I'm waiting on people to join, just a quick reminder to go to coopedup.com and a little pop-up will pop up and you can sign up to get my email updates. Don't send them very often, but they're good stuff when I do, I promise. And if you are on the gram, you can follow me there. I'm cooped up. That's my handle right there on Instagram. So hope you're doing well. Hey, Mama, good to see you. Hopefully you can see me today. I think I got the technology thing figured out until I change something, and then it'll all go kaput again. Speaking of which, I'm actually shopping for a new computer because this one I realized is 7 years old today, and that may be part of my problems is that I'm on a 7-year-old Mac, which that's a great, Macs last forever, and they just go until they don't anymore. But it's kind of weird because I'm like searching for it online. Do you think does it hurt its feelings? Does it know that if I'm using it to find a new computer, does it know that I'm doing that? Like these are the weird things that I think about. Like, am I hurting my computer's feelings by searching for its replacement online? Granted, I'll hand this one down. I'll strip all the shit off of it and put it in a kid's room or something, and it'll work fine again. It's got lots of video stuff on it and all of this, and I download a lot of these episodes because I'm editing them into maybe a podcast someday. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. The weather here, so it's not raining, but it's not raining, right? So like you walk out and you're wet, but it's not actually like dripping on you. It's just kind of, the air is just wet. It's like a mist, I guess you could say. And in German, mist means shit. So it's kind of shitty out there. And Tawana saying, once you go back, you never go back. That is true. We are an all Mac household. All my company is, and for Mason's back to school, he had to get a PC, and it took me forever to fucking set that thing up. So I'm like, I don't know how this works. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And he needs help sometimes. And I'm like, I don't know. IT department's closed, kid. Sorry. And Raven is true point here. It's actually probably waiting to retire, and it's just waiting on you to pick up something. Oh, so it will be grateful. It's hanging in there for me. It's the RGB of RBG. Did I say that right? RGB. Yes. No. Yeah. RBG. Yes. God, I hate when I fuck up a joke. It's the RBG of computers. Just hanging on until it just can't anymore. So, the other day so today is National Voter Registration Day. And it's basically a day where we're supposed to be trying to encourage people to register to vote so that they will be eligible to vote in the election. It doesn't matter who you're voting for. It's super important to vote. Well, I don't want you voting for someone, but if you're going to vote and you're going to vote for him, I'm happier than that than not voting at all. Let's put it that way. But one of the things, I'm part of a campaign from an organization called Vote As If, voteasif.org. And it was, I had to post on my Facebook and Instagram feeds, all my social feeds, this thing. It's like vote as if, and then a line, and I had to fill it in. And I asked y'all the other day for some ideas, and I settled on these three things that I put out there, and you may have seen them already. One of them is vote as if your right to marry was decided by somebody else. It's very important to understand that it was only 6 years ago that we were banned from being married if you're of the homosexual persuasion. And it's very important to vote, because keep that in mind. Vote as if your right to have a family has been questioned. That as well. We in Texas, when we adopted the kids, we adopted them in California because there wasn't any like disputing of things. But in Texas, only one of us could technically adopt the child, and then we would have had to done a second parent adoption that only certain courts in Texas will have done at the time. Now you can do it, but it's important. And then the final one, I said, vote as if RBG is watching. I like that one a lot. And Erica said, let's hope your computer hangs in a bit longer than RBG did. I know. God, the timing. I feel horrible for her too, because that she was just trying so hard to make it. Just trying so hard. and for it to potentially be for naught, like, breaks my heart. I don't know, but she loved what she did. I assume it seemed like she did, so that was good. What else was happening today? I went to Target today, and it was the very first time I have been to Target since June. And that was the first time that I had been since March. I literally, since March, have been to Target twice. And that other time was just a real quick in and out. I had a bunch of things I needed to get today. But so I've been twice. I used to go 2 to 3 times a week to Target. It was like a hobby. I was like, oh, what if it missed me as much as I missed it? They got new doors on it, and I was like, how do I get into this fucking place? Because I was so used to going a certain way, and the door was actually kind of off center now. It was weird. Everyone masked up. A couple people with their noses hanging out. There was one guy had it around his chin, and it's like, whatever, freak. But they were enforcing, if you walked in the door, they had someone there, and they would sell you a mask if you didn't have one. I thought that was really, really smart. Another thing that I noticed while I was there is they were out of a lot of random things. So like microwave popcorn, that was the one thing I need. They were out of like all of the Orville Redenbacher microwave popcorns except for one particular one, like the Ultra Supremo butter one. And I'm like, not having that. And so I got home and I was telling Todd about it. And there was other stuff too. It was just really random stuff that they were out of. And shelves would be bare. And it wasn't like Lysol and stuff. It was just because, let me tell you, they got enough hand sanitizer. I mean, you could drown every baby in Dallas with the amount of hand sanitizer that they had there. But I got home and I told Todd, I was like, it's so weird, just the stuff they were out of. And he was like, the supply chain is still just fucked up in America right now, or the world, I guess. But like just the most random things, because think about it, all these factories had to shut down. And then they were all making it for just in time. And so they're catching up. And that's why he was like, that's why our tires on the RV tires that we have, we can't get them because, first of all, there's the surge in RVs right now. But then also just because those tire factories, the Firestone or Michelin or whatever company it is, they had to shut down for a while. And they're just still building back up their inventories. Everyone's talking about toilet paper and toilet paper and Lysol and all of that kind of stuff. And meanwhile, 18-wheeler RV tires are behind, and you know, Winnebago's actually they didn't have any new ones rolling off the line either because of that. So hey, Janet, watching from Isla Mirada, Florida. Good to see you. You're such a great fan of our family. Thank you for that. And Aaron is saying he spent an hour at 8:30 this morning at Target. No one was there. It was delightful. I danced down the aisles to the loud ass music. They were playing some jams in there too. A lot of jams going on. And what else was I going to say about that, about the Target visit? There was something else I was going to say, but now I can't remember what it was. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, they were just out of really random stuff. But we made it, got back, or I made it. I went alone and got back. Amazon Prime Day, you know, that's normally like the mid-year Black Friday kind of thing that Amazon does. Tons of big sales, especially on Amazon branded things. And they got some good stuff that are like house brands for them. But they haven't officially announced it, but there's been enough leaks from different sources that everyone's kind of triangulating that it will be Thursday, October the 13th. It's a Thursday because last time they made it a 2-day event, and so they think they might be doing it again. We scored like a cheap TV, like a really cheap TV. What else did I order? Just a bunch of random shit too. Good stuff, and it's close enough then that maybe if you haven't finished your Christmas shopping yet, my sister I think already has, but a lot of people have been Christmas shopping already. You can maybe score some cheap Kindles. I think I got a Kindle for like $70 or something last time. And it was like the nice paperwhite one or something like that. So, but that is great. Let's see what else was on my list real quick to talk about today. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. Sorry, brain fart. It's because I'm sober. Like my brain it needs the chemicals to connect the brain cells. And I'm like, I went to bed last night at 9:30. 9:30. I was falling asleep at like 8 o'clock in the chair, just like that. And so finally I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go upstairs and read. And I'm reading this book called Cast, which is a fantastic book, by the way. And then by 9:30, I was like, I'm out. And so I turned it off. But then I was at 5 o'clock this morning, I was wide awake. And then I made the mistake of laying there, falling back asleep. And then I needed to be up at 6:30, and I was like groggy as hell. So I'm not a good napper. I've told you that before. That kind of constitutes a nap if you just go back to sleep for a little bit. What else am I going to talk about? Don't have any. I need some recommendations. Am I glitching? It's glitching on my end. Hopefully I'm not for y'all. Wish list apps. So because my birthday falls in the middle of December 14th, mark your calendars. December 14th, and Christmas is 11 days later. People have so much trouble finding stuff to buy for me. Plus, I'm notorious about just buying what I like, right? And so I always create wish lists, and I've typically done them in Amazon, but there's a lot of stuff that I want that's not on Amazon. And so I'm looking for an app that it integrates into Google Chrome or something like that on my browser, where I can be shopping for something like at Gap or some random site, and just click a little link, and it'll put it on a wish list that I can send to people. And then it kind of tracks who's doing what, right? And so do you have any recommendations? I used to use one called Wish Click, but it went away. And so I haven't used it in probably 10 years. I've just used Amazon. But again, like I want some black penny loafers, for example. And I don't like any of the ones I'm seeing on Amazon. And so I want to go to, like, I don't know, Bass, let's say the brand, and put some Bass Weejuns in there for those black penny loafers. And I just can't do it. If you have any recommendations on that, if you know of anything, put it in the comments, send me a message, carrier pigeon, whatever. I want to know what you're using for that. Crystal is saying that my bandana is out of stock. Oh no, good times. Oh, that was my very first one. Funny that's your first one. That was my very first one. It's the blue one that, or mine says good luck. Never mind. It may not. Mine says good luck. I don't know if it's the same one. Eric says, how old are you? How many people buy you birthday gifts? Even my husband doesn't buy me a birthday gift. My dad sends me money every year. I don't know. People just do. Well, and especially it's more for Christmas than anything else. But then also, like, Todd wants to buy me a gift and whatever. I got people that want to send me shit. I'm not going to make it harder than possible to let them send me stuff. I got enough cash. So just send me some gifts. Make sure it's something I want. So, and you know what? If you don't tell people what you want, you end up getting what they think you want, and people are wrong a lot of the time about that. So I would rather do that. And Karen cannot tune in for very long. I have to switch out of my wardrobe from summer shorts to fall leggings. Yes. By the way, it is so fucking cold in my house right now because the temperature has dropped, and it's 70 outside, so it's not cold outside. But the temperature has dropped enough in the house, and it's so humid today. Our system has a dehumidifier that runs through the air conditioner system. So it'll run the air conditioner like really low grade, like not fast, but just enough. And it is like an icebox downstairs right now. I've got sweatpants on, socks, long sleeve shirt. May put a little sweater on later. Yeah, fall, first day of fall. Let's get the sweaters out. I love it, right? I was going to talk about this before, and now I'm getting back to it. The FDA has approved Pine Sol to kill coronavirus. So I read that this morning. I almost immediately went to Amazon to see if they had it. Fucking sold out of all of the normal size bottles, and the only thing they had left, and I wasn't gonna buy it. I was just curious about the situation. They had the big like 40. I got written down $40 jugs of it. And they had like 2 packs. That's all they had left of Pine Sol. So people are hoarding Pine Sol now. Oh, it smells it's so strong. But they say it has been approved to kill coronavirus, and it's owned by Clorox as well. So it probably has some bleaches or something in it. So, and Aaron's hoping for less gifting this year, just good food, booze, and more snoozing for Christmas. Yeah. That's a good thing to wish for. Speaking of gifts, I need to bring you I keep meaning to go get my car serviced in Fort Worth and bringing you your candle. It's the first day of fall. You can deal without a leaves candle for another week or so. I'll probably be out there next week, and I'll just drop it on your porch and wave. We can talk through a glass door or something. I know that y'all are on harder quarantine than we are even, and we're pretty strict on this end. Oh, I had a little trick that I did online. Did y'all see my little picture frame? That right there is one of my favorite gifts of all time. It's the Aura, A-U-R-A digital picture frame. It was Oprah's favorite thing twice. And I asked for it for a bunch of years. It's like a $300 photo frame. I asked for it a bunch of years, and I never got it. And then finally it was still on my list, and I got it from my in-laws, I think, for Christmas. See, this is where gift lists pay off, because I finally got this damn thing. It is so good. It works so well. People are like, how is that so clear? It doesn't look like a digital photo frame at all. And it switches photos. I have it set. So A-U-R-A. It's a digital photo frame. It's amazing. I don't know if the prices have come down. This one's like 2 or 3 years old at this point, but I love it. I love it. And Eric has people who give him Bacardi for Christmas. They know me well. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mental note. Anyway, I'm literally intoxicated, and at 4:45, I've got my brain cells aren't coming together. So I did something yesterday that I always mean to talk about, because I think other people do this too, but I just want to talk it out loud just to make sure that I'm sharing the knowledge with y'all. So if you go to a site to go shopping for something, and this specifically applies to Shopify websites, which you can't always tell what's a Shopify, but chances are if it's a smaller boutique or something, or even just like an online seller, I bet Bandits, Bandanas and stuff uses it as well, because it's like the biggest online shopping cart site. If you put a bunch of stuff in your cart, it also works for Gap and other things like that too, but put a bunch of stuff in your cart, then go away, close the tab, and then the next day you end up getting a coupon for the stuff that you had in your cart. I did that. I ordered some really random RuPaul's You Better Work checklist things. It's a checklist. It's got a drawing of RuPaul on it. And from a shop in Jackson Hole that had them. Everywhere else I saw was sold out. So I put it in my cart. I just said, I don't want to buy that. And it was like $5 shipping and all that kind of stuff. Well, so I banded it, and they sent me a coupon today, and I checked out. It effectively got me the free shipping, and I was already fine with paying for the rest of it. And so I ordered them, and they should be here. I saw it already shipped. And that leads me to another app that I love. There's an app called Shop. It's just called Shop, S-H-O-P. And it looks at your inbox, and it pulls in tracking numbers and order things that you've done, and it puts them all in one place. And even if it doesn't find one, if you have a UPS number, FedEx number, USPS, or what's the yellow one with the red writing on it, whatever that one is, DHL, I think is what it is, you can put the numbers into the app and track it, and it sends you all the tracking information is in one place, so you don't have to anymore go to each of the things where you've ordered stuff. I love it. I've been using it. It used to be called something else. I think it's owned by Shopify as well, and but now I just use that, and it is amazing. It is because you just, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? And you can put your Amazon stuff in there, everything. It's great. Love it. Does he who must not be named have stock in Pine Sol? Yes, that is sorry, I threw my pen. That is a great question. I don't know. Very likely, but don't drink it, Aaron is saying. It's not a cocktail. It's not a cocktail. So Shop is an app. I'll probably put that in my newsletter too if y'all go sign up for it, and put a link to it, because I like it that much. It is the best tracking app out there. And then I had one more thing I was going to talk about. Oh, I remember what it was. So I just read about this. In Fort Worth, they have solved a cold case, a horrible, brutal kidnapping, rape, murder, torture, all of the above. This girl named something Walker was snatched from her boyfriend's car at a bowling alley in 1974 in Fort Worth. And the boyfriend was held at gunpoint and then knocked out. And they grabbed the girl. And the case has never been solved. For 46 years, 74, that's the year I was born. For 46 years, this case has not been solved. Well, DNA technology, they had her bra and they had a shirt that she had worn, I guess, maybe when they found her, or maybe when she was with her boyfriend or something, I don't know. But they had a bra and they had a shirt, and it had a little bit of DNA on it, but not enough to like do a full DNA profile, and they couldn't figure it out. Well, they've been trying years and years. Every time DNA technology advances, they try it again, right? Because it was a really, really high profile case. Well, they did it again, and they used this. There's some sort of DNA stuff that some lab in the Woodlands, Texas has that like not very many other places have. They sent it down there. They were able to build a full profile that they put into CODIS. Isn't it funny that we know these adjectives from like the TV shows that we watch, by the way? Put it into CODIS, and they were not able to find exactly who it was from there, but then they sent it to another lab that then cross-triangulates it with stuff. And I think that they also use the, again, this is news-ish, so I could be getting some of the details a little bit wrong, but they cross-reference it with a lot of like the 23andMe and Ancestry.com and those kinds of apps too, to see if they can figure out, did y'all lose me? My screen just went to 3, 2, 1. Am I still here? Oh God, I hope I didn't drop it. Please, right in the middle of my story. Y'all still there? Someone say something, please. I'm just gonna keep talking. So so they narrowed it down to these 3 brothers. You're back. Yes, you're back. How much did you miss? What was I talking about? Had I talked about the murders? Had I talked about, you were back. Okay, good. Where did I drop off? Just for a second, but we could see and hear you. Okay, good. Anyway, so this murder, so they sent it off, and you didn't miss anything. Okay, good. So they sent it off they figured out it was one of these 3 brothers. McClatchley, I think, or McClatty or something like that. And it turns out that one of the brothers was a suspect the first time, but they did not have enough evidence to pin it on him because they knew he owned a .22 pistol or whatever kind of pistol it was. But he had claimed it had gotten stolen right before, but he didn't turn it in because he's a former con and he wasn't supposed to have the gun in the first place, or something like that. He claims his wife was out of town, all that stuff. And so they didn't have enough to charge him, and so they let him go. So it turns out that this is the guy who did it all along, and he's been living his life. He's got 2 kids. He's got a wife, all this stuff. And I mean, what a fucking mind fuck that would be. Pardon me for dropping 2 F-bombs in a row. If like you were the wife and you did not know that this was going on, or one of the kids, and you're like, dude, dad, you did what? And then supposedly he is not a suspect in any other case. They don't have his DNA associated with any other case. Because by the way, here's where it got really weird. They asked him to submit to a DNA test, and he did, and they swabbed his cheek. And they went, oh, I skipped a step. The way they figured out that it was actually him, they went to all of the brothers' trash cans and rummaged through the trash can to find stuff that was like food, like cups and stuff like that. And I guess if they're out in the trash, that's on the public street, so it's public property. So you're not like stealing from them. That's where it's weird to me too. And then they figured out it was him. They confronted him. He said it still wasn't me. He submitted to a DNA test. And then they found out it was him. 100% true to him. Wow. Those poor kids. I mean, poor family, the Walker family. My God. I mean, at least they have closure now. Can you imagine just, and what if they actually knew this guy? I didn't see enough of that. Like, what if he's like in their social circle? I mean, I doubt he's in their social circle, but like knows him. Because I always say, if you're going to get killed, the call is coming from inside the house. That person probably knew you. You probably recognized them. Something was going on. I don't know. That's me editorializing, but. Ooh. And Eric is saying you lose claim to things when you throw them in the trash. And I guess especially when you roll it out, put it on a public street for the public folks to pick it up. Like you're officially giving like ownership of your shit to your trash to the city folks. Interesting. Wow. I just read that and I'm like, oh my God. Like, you hear about stuff and it's always kind of like this weird, it's always a million miles away, but this one is in fucking Fort Worth, like 20 minutes away from our houses. Aaron, it was probably minutes from your house because I think it was over on the west side and you live on the southwest side, I believe. So anyway, that was it. The only other thing I had is that I got contacted today about making the appointment to put the Christmas lights on my house. I'm so excited about it. It's the only part that we don't do ourselves. We decorate everything else ourselves, but the Christmas lights on the house, I don't want to die that much. So lining all of the roof lines of the house with the big bulbs. Oh, it's so pretty. And they usually go up at the end of October. I don't turn them on until November 1st. And Eric is saying, you sound absolutely giddy. I am so excited. And one of the things I ordered today also with the RuPaul's Drag Race, RuPaul's You Better Work notepads, is I ordered a ornament of Santa wearing a face mask. I thought it was hilarious. I finally found one. So, but yeah, so I am over the moon excited. I'm waiting on Skinny Bitch to come out until October 1st, and then he'll be here until decorations start. I try not to overlap them. I feel like that's opening a portal to hell or something. If I got Halloween and Christmas stuff up at the same time, just skip right past Thanksgiving. Everyone's like, oh, you're disrespecting Thanksgiving. Well, I'm sure it'll get over it. Hopefully its feelings aren't hurt too badly. I always say turkey tastes better with tinsel. That's what I say. I'm gonna get that. I need to put that on a fucking t-shirt. Turkey tastes better with tinsel. Yeah. I'm so excited. Oh, you have no idea. Like, I'm giddy. I'm so giddy about it that I'm like actually kind of like calm about it because I'm just like going and going and going. Jody's asking, what company do we use for Christmas lights? I think it's called, let me look at hopefully I don't lose you when I switch over. I think it's called Lawn Pro. And I'm looking real quick. It's called Property Doctors. It's called Property Doctors. That's what it's called. Hey, Jody, let me send you an intro, and then I'll introduce you to them, and then maybe I'll get something for it. How about that? And they're so great because they actually cut all the lights to custom size, and then after they've used, so the first year is really expensive because they got all the materials and stuff, but once they've cut them, they roll them up and they mark what part of your house they go on, and then you get a discount for future years when they hang them up because they don't have to cut the lines at all. They're just like, oh, this is the one above the patio. Whoop. This is the one above the garages. Whoop. Love it. Wonderful. They're so nice. It's not cheap. I'm not gonna lie. It's not cheap. I think to do our house, it's like $700 or something. But for 2 months of actually more than 2 months, they end up taking them down in like the middle of January. After the Epiphany, everyone gets worked up if you undecorate before then, or some people do. So they wait until after then. So I leave them on until the last minute. So I got a good fucking 3 months run. A quarter of the year, my house has Christmas lights on it. I am there for it, 100%. I may put a vote sign in the front yard and Christmas lights around it and all that stuff. Oh, say don't ruin Christmas, vote. I love it. That's what I want to say. All righty. Well, I think that's all I got. Let me look at my list. I got 2 lists going. Yep, that's it. So don't forget to send me your recommendations for wish list apps if you have one. And don't forget to go to coopedup.com if you have not already signed up for my email newsletter. Don't send it very often, but it's good stuff. A little pop-up will pop up, and you can give me your email address there. And with that, I'm going to say bye. I love you. You are loved. Oh, actually, let me look real quick. So there were some comments that I wasn't answering. I think I got everybody. I think I got everything. Good. I love you. You are loved. It's very important to always remember that. You are loved. Sounds a little churchy when I say it that way, but it's true. And I love that you watch this. This is my therapy. Thank you for being my therapist. Tell me where to send a check. I'm not going to. And take care of yourselves. If you go to Target, go in the middle of the day, early in the morning, like Aaron did, like I did. When people aren't there, go during the week if you can. It's the nice thing about working from home is you can kind of escape a little bit. And with that, I'm going to say bye. I will see you tomorrow. I think Carrie will be on tomorrow. I need to check. Aaron, enjoy your dinner time. Sorry that we made you a little bit late for that. I think Carrie will be on tomorrow. I know I will not be here Thursday. I have a very, very important meeting Thursday afternoon that I have to be at, and I am almost certain that it is going to conflict with this. So I will not see you Thursday, but tomorrow with Carrie, and then I'll be back on Friday. So with that, I'm going to say